What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'd like to take a second before we start to tell you something very important. And it is that your life is your life. Whatever stresses, challenges, or obstacles you might be going through, just remember that we are here to smile, to grow, and to show the people that we have around us, those loved ones, shall we say, that we appreciate them and that we treasure our time with them. Because I am something of a realist, if not a pessimist, and I have to give you that disclaimer. So do not despair. Remember that we are here for a good time, not a long time, as they say. And your time is valuable. And I say this because we are embarking on a horrible new bend on this channel, where I might be talking about things that are not so positive. But always remember, you only have so much time and you should be happy. So today's topic is one of the most disgusting things that we have in the modern world. But there are a lot. Gambling. Now, as an Arab, by default a Muslim, gambling is forbidden. It is illegal, haram, and everything in between. Haram. And there is quite a bit of logic to this, because when you gamble your money away, you are setting yourself up for a very bad position, because you get addicted to gambling, you like the thrill and the rush of it, and you end up blowing your savings, your money, your family's savings on something that is basically just a game and an addiction at the same time. For this reason, we can ignore the crypto and stock markets for now, which are also very similar to gambling. You cannot tell the difference between stock options and a blackjack table. There is practically no difference. But the fact that gambling on its face is so obviously a bad idea, but completely legal in most places, and in fact a huge industry, is one of those red flags of just how sick our world is. And as I said, I'm going to be covering some of those subjects. It will be a bit depressing, and I apologize. I'll also make a we'll talk about the other not so positive thing I'll be launching soon as well. That one might be a bit more fun. This subject is all a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think that gambling should be legal, and not for any religious reasons, but because it is a scam. The house always wins is not a phrase that's just made up. It's based on facts. If the house did not always win, they'd shut down pretty fast. You couldn't run a gambling establishment for very long. And I haven't even looked at the statistics on this, but we know based on a few random things like that, Barstool Pizza Loser, who made a gambling website and just retired as a millionaire, sold it for I don't know how many millions, that this is a real problem. A real valuable problem. You make people get the idea that they can put in $50, gamble it on their favorite team or gamble it on the team they think is going to win, and boom, they lose. And in the big picture, you make a whole lot of money. All you do is you work as a bookie. I guess there isn't that much to say about this. You could look into all the kinds of ways that gambling is bad. It just is. There is one type of gambling I would be into. Boxing. Do not do it. But the fact is that with boxing, you at least, you know what, let me tell you about my favorite. If you have to gamble, there's one approach you can take, and it needs you to be invested in the sport. You need to be so invested that you love a team or a boxer as much as you love having money. And I call it the Floyd Mayweather gambit. Admittedly, you don't have to love them, you can hate them. Floyd Mayweather is the picture-perfect textbook example of this. I never liked him as a boxer. I thought he cherry-picked his opponents and he was always more about the hype, and he would fight small people or pick opponents when he knew he could beat them, hype it up, try to make a big spectacle of it, and then fight them in what is usually a snooze fest. If you watched Pacquiao versus Mayweather, you know that was a terrible boxing match. But when you fall into this sort of category where you hate a person so much, but they keep winning, you're in the unique position. I know, I started this off saying, don't gamble. It's basically saying gambling is the worst thing. And it is. Don't do it. It's disgusting seeing that stake, have you seen those stake, S-T-A-K-E, captions or logos on random content in the internet? They just want to get their presence known out there. Or Bet Online, or Bet 365, or when you're watching a soccer or football match, you've got the betting website there being advertised. It's sick, and it indicates that we are living in a sick, dystopian world. Having said that, again, I'll just tell you about the Floyd Mayweather gambit. Suppose I hate Floyd Mayweather, but he always wins. I hate him so much that I don't mind losing $1,000 as long as he loses. So what do? I bet $1,000 on Floyd winning. So what happens? Either he wins and I make a little bit of money, or he loses and I'm happy because that jackass lost. So if you can find some heads you win, tails you win also. If you can find some scenarios in your life like this, not necessarily related to gambling, but you get the idea, then you can come out a winner. It's kind of like rigging the game. You have to find those specific scenarios where you win on both sides. Probably not in gambling, but the principle is sound. Let's just say it that way. Anyway, gambling should be illegal, and that is the first of the modern vices that we should, I hope they don't try to take me out, but we should basically erase. Shut the casinos down, shut those websites down, probably make those gambling owners pay for their sins. Refund the people with money, refund them. Whoever was betting on the websites, just give them back the money. All right? And that is the video. Peace out.